It's been 6 months since the bomb dropped and almost 5 months since he admitted there was someone else. I don't know if I was just numb for the first while, but I feel like it's hitting me harder the longer it drags on. Not that they have manipulated their schedules so they each have their kids at the same time yet. Had her schedule imposed on my kids because the lawyer suggested it bullshit so they can enjoy their kid free. No responsibilities. High school relationship now. Since this has happened, it's been really hard. The kids are taking it hard. I'm taking it hard. I just can't believe he's left a great family and life so that he can do his own thing now. It baffles me. No warning, no serious fighting. I never thought this could possibly happen. Now that an even younger woman than me pays attention to him. He's gone and seems determined to discount the last 13 years of our lives and only focus on this new one as fast as possible. And it doesn't matter who he hurts along the way. It's not the first time he suddenly abandons his wife, but because we have kids and we're the perfect family. I thought we were a solid married couple. I feel like I'm traumatized because I am so broken and have had some of the darkest days of my life. And a lot of that pain is from not recognizing him anymore and grieving the wonderful husband and father he was. How can they change so much? So quickly. He's completely reinvented himself again, all new brand name clothes. Stopped wearing glasses. Talked about getting a tattoo. He is so smug and arrogant. Basically just wants me to accept that he's ditched me for this younger woman who gets him and have something so special. So they really forget that every relationship starts out thrilling, new, and exciting, but not all start from an affair. I wish he would put 1/10 of the effort into our marriage that he is putting into her. I can't believe how blind I was to think my husband was a good and honest family man. I'm so gutted. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Our future, our money, our everything will be gone. When I married him, I believed it was forever and we would weather any storm because divorce is not an option. It's like he waited for someone to take the bait and use them to exit our marriage. The disrespect and anguish is something my heart will never heal from. My brain and heart are still married and very much in love. He's over at his affair partner's place living his best life while I'm home with our precious kids. I just don't understand why someone wouldn't do everything they could to keep their family together. He duped me and pretended to love me all this time. What does that say about him and her? They'll never realize or admit it or try to make it right. In the meantime, I'm trying to pick up the pieces of my shattered self-esteem and my broken heart. He murdered our marriage because he is too much of a coward to let me know we needed to do some work. The smarter option in his brain was to confide in some rando that he just met, and now I'm an afterthought and meaningless. It's so stereotypical, yet they think they are the most unique couple ever. None of this is worth blowing up your family for. I'm so disappointed in the person I chose. I feel like each day I am sinking more and more into this self-inflicted insanity. I need advice, or at least someone to hear my story. I, 34 male, have been married to my wife, 32 female, for 8.5 years. 2 children, 3, 6. The first domino fell in 2018 when I found out my wife was talking to an abusive ex she dated briefly in HS. She admitted he reached out but said he was only talking to him because he was suicidal, and she was going to cut him off soon. All the signs were there. The constant texts, looking at her phone. Long story short, I found out they were sexting and planning on meeting up, but never did. She changed her number, blocked him, and swore she would never talk to him again. She said there was this trauma since he was her first and it was borderline rape, and that's the only reason she talked to him, and is working on it. Fast forward to 2021. I bought a trip for her to go to Florida solo. Found out she was texting a different ex asking him to meet her during the trip. He didn't go, but she got mad at me when I said it was a big deal. I invited other friends too. She claimed the other 3 friends were all female friends of hers. That was the first big fight this year. Now fast forward to Octave this year. She started hanging out with a single friend all the time, who introduces a guy to her. Around this time she tells me that we should stop focusing on our marriage and just focus on the kids. Her and this guy text each other 6,000 times in a 2-month span. Sexting. Multiple times she said she's done talking to him, but I keep finding evidence. She claims they've only made out 3 times, but I'm sure it was 100x worse. Each day I live with this pain in my heart, that another man had his way with my wife. I wish it was a simple divorce and move on, but when you have an emotional child who doesn't understand this but just wants her parents together, and my wife who's threatened suicide each time shit hits the fan, I feel like I'm stuck in this hell. If I stay, I feel like I'll inevitably go crazy and lose myself. If I go, I feel like I'll hurt my family, and what if my wife was telling the truth and it was just some kissing, which still hurts?